Right, screen number 2. There we go. Let's get going. Right, can everyone see my mouse okay?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I've got that volume tight.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea.
I can never get around to that. When I open the live stream, it opens another window automatically on YouTube and then starts playing. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you had a good day yesterday, and Irene, hope you sold loads of donuts and coffee. That would be great. Right, let's get going. Yeah. Right. Right, let's go. So, markets closed yesterday, UK markets anyway, and after the huge rallies and things on Friday, things have settled down a little bit. Paul, is that Paul Mack from the USA? Is it like 2 o'clock in the morning there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure is. Trust me. It
We've
feels
got,
like it as well.
we've got a few Pauls. I don't know which Paul it was. Obviously, it was your good self. Great, welcome. For
Thank
the
you.
DAX 10, DAX 28. Everyone's given their opinion on what happened on the Powell speech. I don't have one. I just trade what we see. We are day traders, and we can pontificate all we want on what Powell's going to say. And they're like, all we're interested in is what the market's doing and how the market's reacting to the to what we're doing. So this week, we've got. I'm just reading off here. Obviously, the live stream today on here. Friday, we've got the Dirty Dozen. Now, the bot session. Now, that session has been changed from Friday morning to Friday afternoon to accommodate Paul and some other American guys that are coming in and watching now. And then we're going to roll on from the bot session to a live stream every Friday at 2:15 UK, the American markets. We're gonna look at the gap trade on the Dow, the S&P, and the breakaway trade on the NAS on a Friday. And we're going to train that. We're going to do that live. Of course, Friday is EOM, end of month, and this is where we get lots of profit taking options and futures all getting cashed out at the end of the close of the markets. So we're not going to do the ASX live early doors in the morning, but what we are going to do, we're going to do the Friday evening, the Dow EOM from 8:45 in the evening UK, and then the DAX from 9 to 9:30, and we're doing the EOM on that. So as well as the trading every single day, we're having a further 5 trading sessions this week. So a bit busy, so that would be good.
Sorry,
Right.
Steve, what day was the Dow gap trade session on? The afternoon session?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. So I think I'll put them in here. If we look here,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
on the invites, you'll see
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So we're going to roll on and do the US trading open. That'll be the Dow, the S&P. Obviously, every other asset we can find if it's there, then we'll trade that as well. But mainly we'll be focusing on the Dow, S&P, and the Nasdaq. And if gold's going to have a bit of a move, then we'll give that a go as well. So every Friday now we have a Dirty Dozen session, and you find that in the link for that in the Dirty Dozen room, and we will then roll on from that. We'll close that room and then open up with this link, and we will trade the US Open on a Friday. So we'll have a live weekly US session as well. So there we go. Just thought I'd mention that. Oh, thanks for the review, Jeanette. Appreciate that. That was nice. So FTSE nearly all-time record high. It come up to the highs on Friday, Monday, and then come off. S&P, well, a new all-time record high on Monday. What we're going to do here, you can see we're right on to Canberra breakout short at the moment. If we look at the daily edge, get the daily edge up. FTSE was closed, probably the only one to survive the not even a sell-off. The market's hardly moved. But I'm not going to go through all the detail in the daily edge. You can read that. But today we're looking at trading the FTSE long, trading the S&P long, gold long, and USD, Euro USD short, and USD Swissy short. So there's 5 opportunities there, should you wish to take them. I'm going to cover them all, but I would like to actually focus this morning on FTSE, gold, and USD, Euro USD for a short. But while we're waiting for things to set up, as we often have to wait around, I want to have a look at that DAX as well, because the DAX has been performing well. Right. What have the bots done so far this month? I don't know. Everyone's tread them differently. Good morning. Everyone trades the bots differently. Some people use them, some people aggressively use them. And well, we just look, on average, very quickly, because I can't answer that question, we're trading live, not looking at bots. We're averaging 17% a month return. So if that answers over the 7-8 month period. Let's go back and look at this gap, see what we can do with this gap. We are below Canberra breakout short, so we have no interest in trading that gap above the short. ATR today is 10. So I'd like, how far are we away from that gap? If we come down to the daily 2-day low, then certainly would be interested in trading that. We've got 37 pips there. A 15% ATI is 10 pips. So let's have a look at how healthy we are above CBOS. Right, do your stop, 1% trade, 15 pip stop. We're going to set this, and then we're going to look for a spike further down. So we're going to set a rise trade above Canberra breakout short at 83. And we're going to target into the close at 20, 73.20. So we're kind of looking, decent trade there. If the market gives us a 15-minute bar from the 2-day low, then we'd be interested in that. Or if we see the orders come in here on the unbalanced volume, then we'll give that a go as well. So market's open, we are triggered in. We have just over a 15% ATR opportunity there. Let's see where we get to. Zoom out, let's have a look. Volume is wind stopped. Volume is very low. So what we're going to look for now will be a 15-minute bar reversal from these lows. We've got to go for that gap. As soon as you break inside camera breakout short, the market could go long. And I didn't want to put a big wide stop in here to go for the closing gap. I'd prefer to be stopped out on something short, something small, and then see where the market takes us. So if we come down into this 2-day low, it looks like we certainly are. We could get a reversal off that, which would be quite nice. Let's get down to the detail a little bit. Yeah, just the buy, with the market tried to buy up, then was destroyed by the bears. So let's have a look. Got 4 out of 5 gaps last week, and we're starting this week with -1. Never mind. For ACE, just to give you a heads up, the Daily Edge report, I don't know if you get the Daily Edge report or not. Need your head ready if you don't, but if you do get the report, one of the concentrate, this is not for the general public at all. The report's not written for Joe Blogs. It's written for my group, my trading group, and we use it every single day. And one of the things we do trade, we always trade the FTSE, we always trade the S&P, and we like to trade gold. So that the report will always feature those assets, because those are the assets we make our money regularly. So if we keep looking at the FTSE, getting used to its personality, getting used to how it reacts in the market, then more often than not, we can use it to make a nice little piece of money out of it. So we always look at the FTSE, it's one of our favorite indices. We always look at the S&P. In the afternoon, there are gap trades for the S&P, but there's also a good Dow gap trade. Works really, really well. That we do trade as well. And then we add extra trades in that are high probability potential setups for people who like trading Forex and others. So try and get 3 to 6 opportunity setups that we can use. And don't forget, our aim is to try and get 1% a day. So we're down 1% just at the moment. And we're looking to see what we can do to alleviate that. We will get back into the FTSE, no problem whatsoever. It doesn't start getting any semblance of a neutral view until we break 2950s. So still very bullish. We'd like to close the gap. The gap's there to be closed. Targets when we traded on Friday, both targets were smashed, which were really, really good. And the gaps, there was 3 on the bounce that won there. Yesterday, market wasn't open. The market has been closed, so you do end up really, to some degree, with the market finding its feet on where to actually get the trade on in the cash hours. So I'm going to let the market come to us. Doing a rise trade out of CBOS is something that kind of, really need to do because it can soon close the gap very, very quickly. Other opportunities here, you can see we've got the market stopped all the way down the 2-day low here. For people who want to risk maybe 0.5%, then, into this level here with stops. That's 9 pips to the bottom. So you want to be a good 5 to 8 pips away, lower than other people's stops. So maybe 15 pip stops, something like that, away out to the bottom there, and trade that. So what we can do with this market to come down a wee bit and get into the detail, we might be able to build in on 0.5% and 0.5%. So around about 7,250 is an area that we are interested in not being broken. Around about here, 7,250 area. Yeah, so that's roughly the base level that we really don't want to see it break. We could be we could be super aggressive on a 5-minute tick. We can get our stops under here. This is a 2-day low, testing a 2-day low now. Don't be surprised on a couple of pip flush out, people getting flushed out, stops being knocked out. Normal practice. Get rid of everyone with a tight stop. So we had a few early doors trades on that set. One was Euro USD and one was gold. Gold is flat and Euro's 5-6 pips up, which is nice. But we'll go into them and have a look at them in a minute. Yeah, we tend to do well on a FTSE.
Steve, do you ever trade the FTSE before 7 a.m. or only after 7?
Oh no, I trade it quite regularly before 7. From 7 o'clock till 7 is the EB7, the early bird. So yeah, I do trade that, but we use the 9 EMA if the market's positive and we are trading into the close here and we get an indication here, which we did. So
Yeah, I traded that this morning, but only got halfway and then I lost it. So, and it's when I tipped into 7 when the volatility kicked in, and I should have been out before 7 almost, I think. So I don't know if I did that right or wrong. No.
Well, when the market opens at 7 pre-cash and then things start to run, and it can quite easily go your way very quickly, and it can quite easily knock ahead.
Knocked me out.
I was trading that this morning. The only reason I didn't trade it this morning, and it's the only reason because normally I would have done, and I would have got stopped or I got a stop to entry. But the reason I didn't trade it is because we had a holiday, and the market closed, so we don't know how people are going to react. It's not from a close on Monday to a trade on Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday.
Right.
We have that gap of we have that element of no cash trades. So
Right.
as they say, when in doubt, do not.
I went in about 6:30 and kind of let it run up a little bit for about halfway through, and then it tipped into 7 and I got knocked out. So I was a bit annoyed about that, but there you go.
Well, if I would have took no doubt about it. The thing is, you can't win every single trade that
I know.
It gets annoying now because we do win quite regularly. It gets annoying when you start losing.
Yeah, I've had 2 or 3 losses and then like freaks you out a bit.
Market's not doing what it's supposed to do. I'll put an alert on here for the people who are not in gold and not in Euro USD. I'll talk them through on that. I'm going to put an alert here. Well, there's 2 day. Actually, we could do a rise trade on here. but I'm not going to. I don't want to. Let's delete that. So I'm going to put an alert for a bounce off back into the 2-day lows up here. I'm going to put an alert here, and then see how far the market wants to actually go down. We're going to test the 200 1-hour EMA in a minute onto here. And the thing with trading, you just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. So unless you've got this gap trade above CBOS, which was if the market runs straight up through Camera breakout short CBOS, then that would have been an obvious one to try and take to close the gap, which would have been quite nice. I think the gap will close today anyway. It's just a matter of where do we pick it up to close it. That's the issue. Let's just go back to the Forex. That's on the Edge report. Right, so this is the trade 15-minute. I did say in the report to do the 15-minute bar. And what I did observe, I think I put it in this morning into the trades here. That's not refreshing very fast, is it? So I put a gold one in this morning at just before 7:43. Oh yeah, that was yeah, and then put this trade in here. So what I was looking at, you can see people wonder why I just put that in. I'll talk my rationale through that. We had as the Northern European markets open, we get that surge that is usually retraced slightly. Either it surges into hitting the target or can knock you out quite easily. So we're just waiting for this 7 o'clock bar to see actually what happened. And we had the surge, the market impulse down, Euro USD, for all the reasons we put on the edge. I won't go over them. That's why I write them all into the edge. I thought this would be a really nice trade. Saw the market pull up. I put that order in, so hopefully people would catch that, because I could easily see with a definite close here and a definite close here that the market is not only trading from the daily 4-hour, 1-hour, 15 and shorter time frames. Market is so bearish. The opportunity to push down into here was great, and possibly further. 11.6 would be the first target, and then 11.547 in the coming days. I don't think it'll do it today. But one thing I would say is we're kind of halfway there. 23 pips stop. That's for our 1%.
Triggered.
It's going to write this in, but see, first trade minus 1%, Euro USD, first
Triggered.
we're going to do a stop to entry on this. The issue we've got here, of course, is we're going to get people taking profits into their front running here, and looks like it might not do it. We'll have to wait and see. There's no harm in taking just over 0.5% and letting it run and seeing if you can build onto that. Is anyone in the room? STE, S stop to entry. Anyone in the room? Did anyone take that?
Yeah, I did. I've just finished. I've just closed it. It hit where I stopped,
Right. Okay.
which is good.
So yeah, there's no harm in taking profit off the table. Try and keep it to a 1-to-1 if possible, or half off and stop to entry. So you've made money and made your risk.
Triggered.
Let's go and have a look.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
I'll put the alerts back up on the screen. So that's the FTSE rising back up. So we'll go back to the FTSE. and then we'll go back and we'll come back and have a look at this and then gold as well. So from a risk balance, from risk management point of view, it might be prudent just to take 23 pips if we can here, balance the loss on the FTSE with some profit on Euro USD, and then back in the FTSE and take some money out of the FTSE. So let's go and have a look if we've got that rise out of the FTSE. So we have, there's the push out knocking everyone's stops out. Can we get in as an aggressive uptick? So I guess this really got to wait for the trade, unless you want to do a Clint Eastwood trade. If you're feeling lucky, punk, you can put a trade on that with 3 pips under the swing low. We're not going to do that in the live stream. It is slightly delayed, and by the time people see the trade. Ah, welcome, Terry. Have you been in bed?
Good morning.
Nice that you can join us, mate.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
You know how it is.
Sorry, it's just me talking. It's it's boring everyone's pants off. So we can look here for if we can get an aggressive uptick with a flat bottom 5 minute Icon Ashi with a flat bottom. That would give us a good indication that these levels have been held, and this is just a flush out here, as kind of mentioned. But the thing is, just be patient. We're 18 pips down, 18 pips to the positive now, which is nice for the Euro USD. It'd be quite interesting to have a look at the S&P in the futures market to see what we can potentially do there. Let's just wait a few.
Triggered.
Just get rid of this alert. It's right in front of us. We're watching it, so we don't need to have it on.
Alert triggered.
So 19 pips coming up to the 4 pips off a full 1%. From a risk management point of view, it's probably pretty prudent to actually maybe take 1% at 23 if we can. We're stopped to entry anyway. The key really is balancing
Triggered.
balancing your portfolio, managing your risk, taking an opportunity. Oh, got the gold fractal bottom, by the way. It's all about managing your risk. That alert was the Euro USD going off. I'm just going to have a quick look back at it. So that was the alert going off here. This is 25 pips. So if we do that 602, so we don't have to come back looking at that. That will give us a full 1%. So that would be nice. That would just make us scratch again. Pin the backside. We will get the FTSE. We'll get our money back. We just loan it. We just can't get rid of these. Just loaning the market some money at the moment. See if I can get that right on. Just watching what's going on in the markets. Just need 23 here to give us our 1%, and that'll give us even Steven scratch. So we don't need to watch it hit. We know where we are. We could lock in 12.5. at the moment if you want to now. So that's what we've done now is lock in 0.5%. So if the trade fails now, we'll make 0.5%. If the trade wins, we'll make 1%. In other words, we cannot lose. So our risk profile now is we're down 0.5%, guaranteed 0.5%. We may get a bit better, getting a bit better. If this hits full target, then we'll be okay. So back to the FTSE. I would be interested in doing a futures tickle as well on the S&P. What's the S&P looking like? We've put all the links in for the S&P, and let's zoom out. So we can see we're quite a way off the close on the S&P. We're ATN is 8. We're 8 pips away on the futures market, 13. Oh, well, that's that gives us a healthy futures 1-to-1 trade to close the gap on the S&P. So if you're interested in closing the S&P, a second. That could be an interesting trade. Let's just have a look at measure. Let me just get this up. I'm not advocating everyone to do this, but as you know, I often trade into the futures, free cash on the S&P 1%. Get a nice easy rise into there. We're quite happy with that. $64.28, 11 pips into the close, 11 pips stop. Just looking for a 1-to-1. Give it some breathing room. The market's all the way down here. If the market comes down lower, then I'd be interested in do it in a bit of a rise trade above camera breakout short, ready to go into the close today. So that's US 500 futures. And we've got something set for 64.28 there, 11 and 11, just writing that down. First, impulsive moves, this first kind of half an hour is quite important, really. Especially on the FX, trades can be just won and lost quite quickly in the first half hour of the Northern European market open. So we've been close for 0.5% profit on Euro USD. This is people taking money right into the bottom here. That's the thing I wanted to protect about. People watching the market and taking the money right at the bottom. So if we lose, we win. And if we win, we win. That's the scenario that we wanted to be on. So just got to keep an eye on retraces here. So I'm just going to put the targets that we've got here are still relevant. These are just the first impulsive waves. So we'll catch them and ride that storm again. And get another half or another 1 out of that. Risk managed as always. FTSE's lingering around, isn't it? Right, I did say we'll put some alerts in and we'll. So I do want to get this. We do want to get our money back on the FTSE and then some. No reason why we shouldn't. I'm just going to put an alert back in here. Another alert back in here. I'm just going to go and do the DAX now because I'm quite interested to see what's happening with the DAX. No great news going on. We've got durable goods at 1:30. That's it this afternoon, and speech by Canadian Governor, Bank of Canada. That's it. That's later tonight. So let's get rid of. This is just the orb strategy. So anyone who there's quite a few people said they wanted the orb strategy. So I hope the people who downloaded it, I sent them the link, downloaded it, like the orb strategy, pretty good. In fact, in a couple of minutes, we can have a look at trading that live as well. So let's just put the, so all you had to do on last week's video is like the video and comment yes, and you'll get the orb strategy completely free. It's a 7-8 page strategy that shows you how to trade all the indices in 3 different ways. So let me just put the pivots in. Turn through. Oh, that's the NASDAQ. Let's get the right ones in. 24, 3, 7, 7. Probably out. $24, 225, 0.15, and the close was 24, 273.12. Yesterday's close, yesterday's high, I should say. Oh, I'm just looking at the video of myself here. I'm pointing at the screen, a different screen, so I'm reading the right line. 1, 2, 3, 4.41 over force, and then the daily low was 24,222.54. Right, well, we're miles away from the close, aren't we? Very similar to the FTSE. All right, there's the wall trade. So anyone interested in taking the wall trade, we are a little bit late on the wall trade. The wall trade, of course, is an ATR, which is 28 pips. So the wall trade, we buy in S3, and we're looking for 24 pips. Roughly here is the target. We are a little bit late, a bit annoying. Not 24, 28. It's 28 pips. I think we've missed the target. We'll do a 15-minute bar anyway, but we'll set the trade just in case the market drips down.
Alert triggered.
Too late happened. So I don't know if anyone, DAX traders, got the wall.
Alert triggered.
The wall trade was a bounce off S3 here. System trade, should be doing it every day. I was a bit slow in getting off the mark with that. Bit annoying, but that's
Alert triggered.
That's rising up, so we need to have a look at that. We also need to have a look at closing this gap, but we're not going to close the gap under CBOS. The market is quite negative. You can see here until we get to round about the close on the
Alert
DAX,
triggered.
we haven't got all the EMAs in our favor, so we're going to walk on by.
Alert triggered.
Unless we get a breakout. Two breakouts we're going to use today. One of them will be the initial balance, not initial balance, I keep calling it that, that's what I call it, the orb breakout, and
Alert triggered.
or the 15-minute bar. So let's put this.
Alert triggered.
We're looking at the highs from 8 o'clock. So
Alert triggered.
that's the high, 7:59, which closes at 8, and the low, which is here. So what we're looking for, either here, we're looking for the market to break out. Here, put that alert there.
Alert triggered.
For a 15-minute bar, whichever comes first. Now we're going to put another alert.
Alert triggered.
We need to go back. That's the FTSE screaming its head off. I don't know if I've got a noise suppressor on, so I don't know whether you can hear what's going on there.
Alert triggered.
Come on, FTSE, let's see you. Right, we'll take the alert triggered off. Can I see a 5-minute flat bottom? I can't, unfortunately.
Alert triggered.
That must be a Forex, euro, pound, it must be. Yes, it is. So I'm going to move that up a little bit further and move this up a bit further. Want more value, of course, before we tap it down again. Again, it's keeping the watching brief. I'm doing all these particular trades all the time. I'm moving from asset to asset because we have Forex traders in the room, commodity traders, and indices traders. So I need to cover it for everyone. If I was sat quietly on my own, I'd probably have FTSE up, FTSE DAX, and gold really, because they're the things that I gravitate to in the mornings. Euro USD was good, but we'll see. We've got the futures market running on US 500, and that's nicely in the money as well. Quickly, without changing screens, I'll just put the US 500 on the dark screen. So we're just going for 11 pips. We're kind of getting towards a third of the way there now. And we're looking for that to close the gap. Gold, let's have a look at where we are with gold actually. So this morning we're looking at these 15-minute bars here, but you know, this morning I put it in the ring, spotted that this market, we've got a little bit of a resistance here. So my view was, as I said in the room this morning, in the Slack room, I should say, wait for that 15-minute bar resistance and then trade that. Ignore this. This is a gold fractal bot running. This is the manual trade here. And we'll put some alerts to alert and to come back if that's of interest. Let's get this FTSE nailed. Right, we are a really nice flat bottom here. So I'm going to get in very aggressively here and stop on this swing low. That was a test. We tested the 1 hour 200 EMA. If I can get a close in 3 minutes with a 9 EMA with a flat bottom Ike and Ashi, I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to be very careful watching it into Cambrella breakout short. If you look at bottom right hand corner, you can see the unbalanced volume starting to come through green. We've got a Renko block, a nice green Renko block as well. Momentum has started to swing. 4 pips up now on the S&P. Need to get 11 for a full 1%. FTSE's still not triggered. Gold's still not triggered. I think we could probably make our way to beyond break even. We're 0.5% down. Probably can do 1 or 2% today. If we hi Pep, how you doing, mate? So 2 minutes to go. What we're going to look for here, what I'm looking for here is a flat bottom, sustaining the momentum of the 9 EMA, having come off a key critical area, 2-day low and a flush out. So that's why I'm keen on doing that. That's call that 23, stop 25 pips we'd need on that one. So we're going to have 25 pips. And the reason we need 25 pips is we round down to the low. We add the spread, which is 1, and then add another 1 on, which takes us to 25. So if you look at here to here, that's 22 plus 20, round it down to 23. 1 pip for the spread, 1 pip for a double tap reversal so you don't get knocked out. So that's why we want 25. So long as this doesn't get broken. We want to take a direct break of that bar because we're going in aggressively. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Alert triggered.
That gives a block the
Alert triggered.
block the leg up to the close. $44 to go.
Alert triggered.
We're going to do a visual direct break here.
Alert triggered.
That will do the job, I think. 44 seconds to go.
Alert triggered.
30 seconds. Get ready. I think you can put it in now by the look at it. It looks like, let's be patient. 12 seconds to go. Yeah, everything's going good, but there we are. In you get.
Order rejected.
Okay, it won't let me in. So I'm just going to go straight in now. Bloody IG not letting you get in quick. It's not the best of it's a really good broker for steady trading and things. But if you want to be super accurate with your entries, IG spreads are no good for doing super accurate stuff. We get lots of rejections. And anyway, I won't moan about IG. It is where it is. Brilliant trading platform as far as execution is concerned, and an even better charting package with Pro Real Time. The charting package at IG, it's got itself, it's not worth using really for day trading. It's okay, but Pro Real Time is much better. So we're in now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this run all the way to the close. If we can, at closes 321. Let's get out at 320. Well, 320.2, it rounded up to
triggered
40.5 pips. So that will be okay. 40.5. What is it? 49.5, and we've got a 25 pip stop. That's a potential second trade of 1.98%. I'll just write that in. We've got 9 to 70.7, 25 pips stop with a 49.5 target, 1.98. Other scenarios we could do here. Don't be surprised if the mark. Can I put my drawing pen up here? I've got a disappearing pen. Vanishing pen. So don't be surprised the market comes up here and then comes down again before eventually going back up. CBOT is quite a tough nut to crack, but once we get above this area, the previous day's low, that will see a lot of bulls coming in, and we'll see this gap starting to get closed. Now, if you want to be a bit more conservative, and there's no problem with being conservative, then you need to wait for the 15-minute bar. Reversal is the next entry. That could be good. Prior to an aggressive 5-minute bar and a 15-minute, there is something called a fractal. So I'm just on. Sorry, guys. I'm just saying this for people that are on YouTube rather than my room teaching at Suckings. But 5-minute fracker is the other one to have a look at. So this is a 5-minute fractal break here, and your stops would be under here for the fractal. That is an aggressive entry. So what you would have done here, you would have waited for the fractal to form, which was here. You wait for the bar to close above the 9 EMA here, and you'd set your fracker here, which would have been one and a bit pips different. That's all. And your stop would have been under the 2 pips into the swing line.
Triggered.
Of here for a 5-minute fracker. So 5-minute bar aggressive above a 9 EMA, 5-minute fractal, 15-minute bar, and a support and resistance trade. So there's kind of 4 strategies there that will all get you into the market, and all would have got you into the market. So let's go and have a look at the alerts that have gone off on gold. So we're in the FTSE now. We're looking to get our money back, plus nearly another 1%. Robots are making money now. Now we're waiting for, gold to get a wiggle on. Get this down to 15-minute, the orb indicator. So you can see here we've got lots of participation, and we're still not quite bullish on the volume, but the market's starting to move. If we take this down to 5 minutes, it'll show you the volume really flying, or even at 10, it'll show you the volume starting to come through. There it is there. So this is an indicator that I've done. It's a forward-looking indicator, and it looks at volume and the building of volume on the market. That's on my website. If you haven't got it and you use Pro Real Time, you can have it. If you're using TradingView, there's also a TradingView OBV9 indicator as well, so you can get that there. Right, so US 500 futures, we're in the money on that. We're waiting for USD pound. We're waiting for the DAX, and we're waiting for this 15-minute issue to resolve itself. A break above
Triggered.
That's triggered. Germany, right. The DAX has got a wiggle on. So I'll put an alert here just in case it does get broke up. Again, if you are just using 15-minute bars, this is a beautiful 15-minute bar here. Doesn't really look any better, never really gets any better than that. A fantastic open market, immediately accepted the price. The volume's coming in, we're getting behind it all, and that's pretty good. So I'll just have a quick look here. Let's get this out of the way. A CAD Swiss. This is the box, and we've got 3 potential trades for putting the box on. Let's have a very quick look at the CAD Swiss. Yeah, we should be completely overcooked on the 1 hour. So yeah, it's spotted that we've come right up to the 1 hour. So zoom right out, 4 hour, we're negative on CAD Swissy. 1 hour, we're negative on CAD Swissy. It said, get your bots on ready for a market to roll. So I'll just see if I've got a bot on CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss, we've got our gold one running. Is it CAD Swiss? Yeah, CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss. No, I've not put one on for that, so I won't run it up. I'll do that later. That's a pain in the ass, so they like to put that on. And we've got a CAD Swiss here. Bots, 87 bots there. CAD Swiss. Have I done a CAD? Have I got a CAD Swiss sat there? No, I haven't got a CAD Swiss. So I won't develop it live because we're streaming on YouTube, and that'll give all the intellectual property away and how we do everything. But yeah, CAD Swiss, never mind. Nice reversal. While we're using these AI filters, got all different filters here to quickly find trades. So as an example, if you want to find a perfect long, which is a 4 hour, 1 hour and 15 minute setup, I'll hit that. Immediately finds me it there. Immediately. Really quick. Again, it's telling me CAD Swiss. This is one of the setups that we had in the edge this morning. Again, if you haven't got the edge, go and get the edge. It's the price of a cup of coffee a week. That's over an 80% hit rate. Right. Yeah, CAD Swiss. So right. Thought we'd add that in. There's loads of my alerts. I was expecting the market to knock some tight stops out up here. And I'm looking for a 15-minute bar reversal. The 15-minute bar reversal needs to be under the 90 in there, like so, and then take stop over the swing high and let it roll. So let's just that's nearly ready. That's nearly ready. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. Back to bring this a bit higher up, actually. Tighten things up. Let's go back to gold because that was moving. We've set the FTSE. That's going to do what it does. We need to look at the DAX as well. So we'll look at gold next. I don't run around too quickly for people. So here we are. Is this going to revert and reverse again? Come back down here. I don't know. Are we going to have a bit of a consolidation pattern? I don't know. If we get a breakout, then that would be good. Stop I used was an ATR stop at the time, which was 8.6, just no one's quite happy to leave that. And looking at the bottom of that, these are fractals as well, by the way. If you turn a fractal too long, it'll show you fractal structures here. So this is not only a triple top, it's a double fractal breakout. So if we get that breakout, that'll be nice. We'll probably be on our way. I want to make some good rupees out of that. I should go back and have a look at that DAX. So this is where it is. If it breaks, it breaks. We're at 78. We need 79.5 for that break out of this triple top. But it's looking kind of quite good. On a much larger time scale, you can see this market's probably going to drift up into 3,400 levels. We're front running the 3,400 level because lots of people will be taking money at 3,400. We'll take ours at 33.19, and we've got 8 pips stop. We're going for 19 pips, and it's a 2% trade. So that would be a 4% trade if it comes off to its full capacity. That would be a nice 4% in the bag. Go back to the DAX. So this is the breakout
Alert triggered.
of the initial balance, the 5-minute bar. Oh, yes, there's a 5-minute bar break of initial balance. So there's 2 things we can do here. I don't know if anyone's got the orb. I think in the rooms, well, everyone in the room went onto YouTube and got the orb strategy anyway. If you haven't, where is it? It's in the last stream. Sure it was. Almost certain it was. I'm just going to open up YouTube. Helpful products. What the heck is all this? I'm after YouTube, not my Google account. Come on. Oh, it's running slow. Come on. I don't know what's happening. The connector got 580 meg speed here. And YouTube seems to be working very slowly. See if I can do it through. Come on. All right, we've got it up now. So if you want the old strategy, there only is one way to get it, which is going to the live video from last week. Don't know how many people have got it. Come on, work. That's the one. Put this on silent so it doesn't start rattling off. And in the comments, yeah, just say yes, or please can I have the video, and then you'll get a link and you get the video. Not the video, you'll get the strategy PDF. Right. So there's 2 trades here. One of them is a 5-minute bar here. Stop under the middle. 66. So that would be roughly 68, 69 pips, 3 pips under the middle. Or my preferred route is, this is how I like to trade it. I use a fracker. A 1-minute fractal.
Alert triggered.
Fractal break out of here. So the fractal trade at the moment would be the gap between a fractal breakout there and that bottom, because that's what that's where the fractal structure is set up. So for the moment, that would be a trade 30, call it 39.4. We're going to call that one up 40, 41, 42, 43 for a breaker here as well. So that would be 43 and 40,
Alert triggered.
43 and 40.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
57 is the number. And that's what we'll be looking to trade that fractal break here. That's how I trade it. It's either a 5-minute bar or a fractal, but I think
Alert triggered.
5-minute bar is
Alert triggered.
not as aggressive as I'd like to get in, to be honest. Right, alert trigger. Let's go and have a look at what's a triggering again. USD Swiss going down. Right. Let's go back to our USD Swiss. So that's our trade all set there. Euro USD, that's one of the alerts that have been banging on. We want a 15-minute bar here. USD Swiss is the other one. Right, well, that looks like it has made a rejection. And we've got a 15-minute bar closing under the 9 EMA. So this is nice. If you could actually, if you wanted to be super cautious, then you would obviously trade under the 15-minute EMA, but that's for the YouTubers and everyone who's learning 15-minute bar entries. This is the 415 reversal strategy. So this is absolutely fine. We've got a 415 reverse, and we've coupled that with a resistance here also. And it's a break on a 9 EMA. So we can measure this one up. And that's 15.7. So we're going to call that 16. Spread 1.5, 16, 17.5 plus 1, 18. I'll call that 19. Have we got enough down here? Yes. We can keep that nice and loose. 19 and 19 for a 1% trade on USD Swiss. And it's going to be a break of that bar there. So we'll call that all the way down here. So that's 19 and 19 USD Swissy. 8 or 56.5. And we're looking at 19 pip stop, 19 pip target for a 1% return. Gold still hasn't broken out, it's still hovering. Come on, let's have a look at where US. Have I got a twin screen set up on this since I moved over to Spain, or is it still in the UK setup? It's still in the UK setup. Flipping hand. Right, I moved across very quickly so I can look at two things at once. The menu's up here. Won't be a minute. Oh, it's playing silly buggers, so let's not do that. I've got the patience when it doesn't work. I hate technology, it doesn't work properly. Right. Euro USD 15-minute bar. So we've been triggered in USD Swissy now, going short. We want to go short again on USD, Euro USD. Getting a little trick we can do, we can put a comparison. And the comparison on here would be the Dixie, the dollar basket. And what you'll see is dollar basket moves in exactly a mirror image of the Euro USD as part of the basket. So as we see the dollar basket coming down, you'll see the euro going up. Let's put this on a 1 hour. So what we want to see now is a confirmation of dollar basket coming down, or weakness. No, sorry, the dollar going up, which will drive the euro going down. I don't believe that we've just been stopped out of the flipping footsie again. Wow. Welcome to live trading. So me getting in super aggressive didn't really work, did it? So we need it now after having our arse handed to us on a plate. We're going to FTSE's still going to close the gap, but we now know that the 15-minute bar is the instrument to use, because 5-minute action is just not going to cut it. Waiting for Euro USD. Gold has just been triggered. So we've now eventually been punched into gold, and we've got a 19.5 pip target, and we've got an 8 pip stop. And we're at 2% on that, which will give us 4.8% if gold comes off. We are currently down minus 1.5%. Although some of the trades are up, they're not close, so the market's still down. We're only up until we bank the money. Let's go and look at that FTSE. So that is where it is. I think what you could do here, we'll put some alerts up into here. Ignore the bot. The bot's on a 2% rally anyway, a 2% run anyway. It's doing what it's doing. Ignore the bot. They just run in the background, making a few rupees for us. FTSE. See what's happened here. Market's clearly coming. Looks like it's clearly coming down. The DAX has just been filled, and it's gone straight into 8-9 pips profit immediately. So nice. Let's have a look at this FTSE. It's a bit problematic this morning, isn't it? $8.13 was a high at 8.30. 8.30, so that's the high. So we've got a break down to the bottom and a break to the top. The momentum is definitely to the top side. It can work either direction, the ALT strategy, but the preferred thing is always trade with the trend. So an ALT breakout here would be good. A fractal, that would have been a fractal breakout. And five-minute bar or a breakout of these levels. And we're running out of time, aren't we? So just waiting for a 15-minute bar now. Tried to get in aggressively. Let's look what happened. Let's look what happened. Is you it's okay. Put our trades in and win. That's a win. It's gone. You need to learn from your winners and learn from your losers. So you can see here we had that trade, aggressive trade on the 5-minute above the 9 EMA, and then it got clicked in, and then it fell back. So this is telling us these are all phase waves, or phases, all waves. And if I get my little drawing tool, I'll show you what I mean. And so markets on, moves in phases or waves. So there's a rundown here. You call it a phase 1 or wave 1. And this now established itself as a wave 2. This is now a new wave 1. And this, what is this going to be? Well, I don't know. I don't know what this one is. Is this a phase 2 or is it going to break out? Well, we don't really know yet. So we had 4 ways of getting in. Each one relied on a stop under here, which we just got nicked out on. But that's the way trading goes sometimes. So strategy, or breakout, or a 15-minute bar. Whichever comes first. The other thing you could do here, guys, is look at the call options. I won't say exactly what we say when we're in our private trading room because it's streamed on YouTube, and the broker could easily see what we do. And we don't want that. So look, what I'll be looking for here is 93.20, 90. $9,300s, guys. If the guys in the room, 9,300s are dirt cheap. Reason for that at the moment, because the market's really negative and all the algos will be pointing to the floor. So what we're looking at is a 1% trade at 9,300s today. So there's another way of getting in without a stop. 9,300s. What we're looking at is the market today heading up towards closing the gap. And we should be able to get your money back out of that. So I'm just putting those trades on now. And I'm buying them for 55.4. So that's it. I'm in at 5.4, going long on the FTSE. Been bugging about with getting stopped out. Now our stop out is the time this afternoon, so we should be okay on that. The market just needs to get itself resolved to the top side. Right, what time is it now? It's getting towards 1:15, isn't it? So, well, any questions from YouTube or any questions from the floor at all in what we've done?
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, I'll quickly go through the Forex stuff. We know we're in gold already. That's good. 15-minute bar reversal here if you're interested. that's what I'll be attempting. I'll be putting alerts in my office, and I'll when these alerts come off, I'll run back in and have a little look. And USD Swiss, we're already in USD Swiss, and we're looking for a 1-to-1. But really, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have an alert down here to take a 1-to-1. I'm just going to let that run into the 83, 80 or 30s, I should say. But I may take some money since we're 1.5% down, potentially 4% for the gold, 1% for DAX, and the potential 2 to 3% on our FTSE calls. Should end up in a decent day. It's a shame that we've not managed to, you know, crack the egg, if you will, in the time that we've got here. But that's just real trading for you. That's how it actually happens. We can't cherry pick the time and the trades that we're doing. So there is the DAX orb strategy, and it's now running, and we've had that breakout. So there was another, while I'm talking, and of course, of all these things, there are other breakouts that we could have had. I think what I might do is the next Tuesday that we're trading. I will live stream on YouTube as well on Friday, actually, for people that are interested that can come with me on Friday. But I might just concentrate on 1 or 2 and then not flick around a lot. So I can give you the dialogue and everything, because you do miss things. So there is a strategy I set up to go, but of course there was another trade there which never triggered, and there is a fractal there, 1 minute fractal there, out on the orb. So we took this one with a stop here. We're going to stick by that. There is one. If you'd just had the FTSE, the DAX and gold side by side, then that's what you would have been able to spot. But we didn't do that. So it's illustrating. Is anyone in my room actually having a go with the 5 minute and the 1 minute fractal before I put the strategy out for the room orb?
Well, in general trading, do I use 5 minute and 1 minute, or on a particular asset?
Or when we're talking about the orb strategy, the first 30
Oh, I haven't done the orb one yet.
Right, okay. Yeah, I know we've got a strategy out already on that,
Yeah.
published. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to hone that down to, I've got the strategy working 70-80% of the time, which is great. But it's not the orb strategy as such. It's the 30-minute range using our fractal system or our 5 minute bar system like an Ashes. It makes a trading much higher probability, and we can get in and out with all this without these big sloth stops. But there we go. I will try and get that done this week. I've got quite a few 1-to-1s this week, but I'll try and get it done. Again, if you want the orb plus strategy after this stream has finished, then go into the comments, like the video, please, and just put the word yes, and you will get a link sent to you, and you can download the PDF for the orb strategy as well, and you can give us some feedback on how that's working for you. If you want to be a subscriber on the Edge and get the daily Edge, if you're a trader and want an edge in the market, then that's a document to get. That's what we use every day in the trading room. Other than that, oh yeah, I forgot. For people that are interested, I know there's a few taking it up, Paul and Terry and who was the other one? Alan, have just come on board with our summer sale. We've got 25% off, and that finishes this Saturday. So if you're interested in coming on board with a 25% discount, That's on the website as well. But other than that, I'll see you guys and see you next Tuesday or Friday, whichever stream you're going to come on to. Guys in the room, cheers, guys. See you all tomorrow. All right, bye.
Bye.
Steve, bye.
Thank you.